Are you looking to get better at playing chords on the piano? Well, today we have a practice session together where we're going to do just that. And you want to make sure that you stick around for the end of the lesson because we're going to have a community discussion about it where we're going to learn even more about this topic. So let's get right on with the lesson. Okay, so before we really get into the lesson, if you don't know about triads, which are 3-note chords, the 4 main types of triads are major, minor, diminished, and augmented. If you don't know about those, I have provided a playlist for you to help catch you up because you will need to know those before we do this lesson. I'm not going to re-explain it all. I'm just going to go over the practice exercise we're going to do to get better at these. So make sure you check out that playlist. So moving right on to it. What I'm going to do is we're going to start out easy. I'm going to name a major chord or a minor chord. So I'm going to say C major. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to count from 4 to 1. I'm going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to play it. And that's how it's going to work. And I'm going to name another chord, G major, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to play that chord. And you have to try your best to keep up with me. Like I said, you need to know your chords before we do this. So here we go. We're going to start out easy. So are you ready? D major, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. A major, 4, 3, 2, 1. B flat major, 4, 3, 2, 1. F sharp major, 4, 3, 2, 1. So how did you do with that round? Were you able to keep up? Well, if you weren't, go through and practice your chords again. If you're feeling positive about this, we're going to do a few minor chords here. So I'm just going to name off A minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. E minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. D minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. G minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Rich asked a question. Can you use different fingering for the chords like 1, 2, 4 or a 1, 3 or 2, 3, 5? I would not use 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 4, I wouldn't use that either. I would use 1, 3, 5. Unless it's in an inversion. Okay, so again, I'm going to name a chord and I'm going to count from 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to play it. So G minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. D minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. A flat minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is how fast you want to get your chords. You want to be able to name your chords, E minor, and play them right away. You want to get that good at them. Let me walk you through a training exercise I want you to do every day to improve your chords. So what I would do is I would start from C, and I would play C major. And then what I would do is I would go up a half step to C sharp and play a major chord built on C sharp. And then do one on the next note up, D, one the next note up, E flat, E, F, and do this every day. All major chords, and all you're doing is you're moving the bottom note of the chord up a half step each time. And that way you will play through all of your major chords and practice this every day for a month, and you'll find a pretty great improvement in your ability to play these. But you do want to start naming them at random after a while. So F sharp major. And then you want to be able to find it just like that. But start by going through each one in what we call chromatic order. Now, same thing with the minors. Then you want to go through and play C minor, and then, C sharp minor, and then D minor, E flat minor, E minor, F minor. So you can see I am that good at these that I can talk to you and play them at the same time. That's how good you want to get at these. Okay, we're going to do Another round. What I'm going to do this time, we're going to mix and match major and minor. I'm going to say the name of a chord. You know the rules by now. So E flat minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. A minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. B minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. E major, 4, 3, 2, 1. C sharp major, 4, 3, 2, 1. A major, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's do another round. This time, we're going to do just diminished chords, and then we're going to do one with augmented chords. So again, you want to go through and learn all of these types of chords as well. So I'm going to name E diminished, 4, 3, 2, 1. C diminished, 4, 3, 2, 1. F diminished, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. B flat diminished, 4, 3, 2, 1. And obviously, if you're getting that sinister sound, you know you have it right. Okay, now for augmenteds. So C augmented, 4, 3, 2, 1. F sharp augmented, 4, 3, 2, 1. Although I got my hands in order before that. E augmented, 4, 3, 2, 1. B augmented, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to mix up all 4 types, and I'm going to get to some of the questions here in the chat. So here we go. This is the final round for today, at least with this chord practice, and then I'm going to explain a couple other things. So we have E major, 4, 3, 2, 1. F sharp major, 4, 3, 2, 1. C minor, 4, 3, 2, 1. A diminished, 4, 3, 2, 1. E diminished, 4, 3, 2, 1. D augmented, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we go. That was the final, that's the end of the training session for today. Remember to use the tip I gave you in the middle of the lesson here to memorize your chords. Look back for that. So now we're going to have the community discussion where we talk about this topic together. To make an augmented chord, you change the 3rd or 5th interval. This is a great question by Fuddy Duddy here, so let me show you. So to make an augmented chord, what you first do is play a major chord. That's the easiest way. So you play a note, you go up 4 half steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then with a major chord, you only go up 3 more. But with this, you're actually going to raise that top note a half step so that it's instead of G, it's G sharp. So the formula for augmented is 4 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Okay. And then let's see, making sure that I got everything. The 3rd or 5th interval. So this really depends. Let me elaborate on this some more. On terms of transforming chords into other chords, it depends on what chord you're starting with. So if you have a minor chord, you'll have to move both the 3rd, the middle note, and the 5th, the top note, to get there. If you're in a major chord, all you got to do is move that top note. If you want to make a diminished, or if you're in a diminished chord, you're going to have to move both of them again, and the top one a little bit more. So it depends on what your chord of reference is. Okay, let's take a look here. But it says, if I press the A note for prime example, what all notes it will best suit A, other scales, or does the A only have a scale to that? These notes are given, goes with A, I do not know, on sub. So if you're talking about A, you're starting from A, right? You can have, you can build a major scale on that, which in this case you have a C sharp, an F sharp, and a G sharp. And then all the white keys in between. So B goes with it, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Those all go with C, you can say. A minor would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, A. So it depends on what kind of scale you're building your song off of. Depends on, and that tells you what notes, go along with A. Okay, any tips on transposition? Yes. So practice it. I mean, that's probably the main thing I can tell you. So what I would do, actually, let me go a little bit more detail of that. So if you are playing, Jingle Bells in the key of C, to transpose, what I would do is I would just take a simple song like that to start out with. And then, let me show you here. So here's Jingle Bells in C. And then what you want to do is transpose that, maybe to G. So you're playing the same notes up to G. That's the simplest form of transposition. If you're playing more complicated songs, you're going to have to worry about key signatures. So obviously, if I was moving from C major to A major, because there's a C sharp in the middle here, or in the key signature, there's one in the middle here, I'm going to have to make sure I play that C sharp when I transpose, because if I don't, I have a sad version of Jingle Bells, or a scary version of Jingle Bells as well. So you always want to make sure that wherever you're transposing to, you're adhering to the key signature of wherever you're going. So obviously if I was in B, I would have to have a D sharp and an F sharp in there. And actually a C sharp as well. Is there a website for scales? What is the website for chords, or is there one? So great question. Let me show everybody this. Okay, for piano scales, pianoscales.org is a great one, especially if you're first learning your scales, because they give you like a graphic highlighting which notes you're actually going to be playing. So that makes it a little bit easier. And then in terms of chords, let's see. Okay, you can use this website for your chords if you want a reference. So if you just type in piano chords into Google, it'll pop up, but it's called piano-keyboard-guide.com. Yep, so Asparagus Water brings up the Vsauce video that we're going to run out of distinct melodies. I did see that. I'm not sure if that's sort of what they stated. It's been a while since I've seen that. Man, my allergies are killing me tonight. I might actually have to end the stream a little bit early because it's really messing me up. Okay, let's see here. Okay, but it just says, is there a requirement to use scales? Have they already figured out all the notes that will match? Yep. The answer to that is yes. Does this mean no other keys will match up to that single key? I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do. So you can put different scales to different songs, but it depends on what you're going for, what kind of sound you're going for. Charles says, thanks for the links. Could you talk about the difference between modulation and transposition? Okay. These concepts seem similar, if not identical. They're very close. Let me define these two things. Modulation is when you change key, and you can change into any key. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're playing the same notes, but in a different key. just means that you've changed key somewhere in the middle of the song. So say you start in G major, and then in the middle of the song, they decide to go to C major. So they take out that F sharp. Well, you can have totally different material being played, but it is still a modulation. But a transposition is when you take an exact piece, like Jingle Bell, like. So if you take Furry Lease, right? Normally played there, and you played the exact same melody down. It was A major before we moved it down to G major. Now, it is a transposition, or it is a modulation because we have changed key, but it is a transposition because we've taken an exact piece of music and we've put it into a new key. So modulation, you're just changing key, and transposition, you're actually taking a piece of music in its entirety and you're moving it to a different place, different key. Okay. Hopefully that answered it for everybody. Give me another second, everybody. Sorry about this. Okay, Charles says, thanks. You're welcome, Charles. Hopefully that explanation was good for you. Okay, I think I'm going to end the stream a little bit early, only because my allergies are seriously killing me, and I just can't do it anymore. I don't really want to sit here with a box of tissue. So I'm going to wrap it up in maybe the next 5 minutes or so. I will take a few more questions here. Let's see. Bodacious says, sorry to rack your brains a few times. I mentioned this. Apologize, Tim. I'm trying to wrap my head around the single key and wondering if there's a cheat code to this. What I would do is I would look up this. Let me send you a link there, Bodacious. So, I suggest you check out my music theory playlist and watch those videos. Let me get you a link to that. Okay, just hold on, everybody. Getting a link here for Bodacious. Okay, I've been okay, Bodacious. Things are getting a little bit better. You're right, things were pretty hectic the last time we talked. I think I talked to you back in, the winter. Things were pretty rough. Things are smoothing out a little bit. There have been quite a few bumps in the road, though. I just got in. Hello, Tim. Hello, Gregory. Unfortunately, we're going to be ending here in a little bit because I have really bad allergies. So check out the recording when it's posted later. Sorry that, we're ending a little bit early tonight. Thank you so much, and be careful blowing your nose hard. It can pop your eardrum. Okay, I will. I did not know that. I imagine it could because there's a lot of pressure in there. But yeah, I will be careful of that for sure. Okay, let's see here. All right. Okay, everybody. So I'm ending it there. I'm ending a little bit early tonight because of my allergies, but we'll meet back on Friday. This was meant to be a little bit of an easier lesson anyway. Let me take a look here. I'd like to go back to the basics. I must be using my pinkies in an incorrect manner because after a bit of playing, they always bother me. Can you show us proper form? Yeah, I can take a look at this. Am I allergic to cats? No, mostly pollen and things like that. Okay, hold on, everybody. Okay. Using your pinky. How are you with playing scales? Do you have your pinky like out like this? Because a lot of it's a manner of habit. You want to, have your pinky curve just like all your other fingers. One thing I tend to do is I have my pinky like kind of pointed out when I play sometimes. And doing that, it's a habit, so it feels easy to do. But what happens is over an hour or so, your pinky will start to get tired. So it's just a matter of what I would do is, lay out your hands flat and let them curve down. And then when you're playing, just be cognizant of that pinky, that it's not sticking out. Because if you have it bent and contorted in weird places, that's really just means your muscles are kind of having it stretched out, and that will wear your pinky out. So that could be what you're experiencing there. If you feel any pain or anything, I'd talk to a doctor about that. I can't give you medical advice, but that's basically where I would start with that. Ron says, I'm allergic to cats, and if I go near cats, I feel like I'm going to die. Okay, let's see here. All right, feel free. Better, my friend, says Cheryl. Thank you very much, Cheryl. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. Let me kind of walk you through real quick what we will be doing on Friday, since we will be meeting again this Friday. So if you don't know, I have a website, pianolessonsontheweb.com. You can check out the courses I've made over there. If you like the videos you see here on the channel, you're really going to like what you see over there. But one thing I really want to tell you about is that if you go to the community page here, this is designed just for people who attend the live stream. And obviously, it's a free page here. And you can see a calendar of when we're meeting and what we're talking about. So on Friday, we're going to be talking about the must-know chord progression that's used. And the reason it's must-know is because it's used in pretty much all types of music. It's one of the most common chord progressions. If you don't know much about chord progressions and you're looking to learn your first progression, this is the one. And then think about taking the next Friday off after that. And then when we meet again after that, it would be how to figure out the chords of a piece using sheet music. And then actually check back here at the calendar in the next few days. I'm going to update it with the topics we're going to be discussing through July and part of August. I can't believe we're there. I can't believe we're at the 25th of June already. Okay, Fuddy Duddy said, Fuddy Duddy is a medical doctor. I didn't know this. It would fatigue his extensor muscle on the finger. So there you go. We got a doctor's opinion in the house. I did not know that. Would love for you to go to single key tune, just the top of your head. All right, well, I can play the blues. I'd have to prepare. I mean, I can do like maybe a improv. like that. So there you go. That's all I'm giving you today. I'm feeling a little bit beat up. Let's see. Thanks for the lesson, says Charles. You're very welcome. Thanks, everybody. If you want to give me a tip, feel free to leave a super chat. Of course, you don't have to, but it really helps, and it's always very much appreciated. Or, if you are interested in learning a lot more about piano music, go to pianolessonsontheweb.com. Check out the courses I have over there. You can use the code YouTube during checkout. YouTube, pretty easy to remember, to get 15% off any purchase of courses. You're welcome, Bodacious. Maybe another day I'll play something a little bit more for you. Chris Egerton, yo, welcome, Chris. If it's your first time out here, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, everybody, thanks for coming out. I'll check you out on Friday. This has been Tim from Lessons on the Web. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. It's really awesome to be able to come here and teach you all live here on YouTube. We get a really good group of students come out almost every lesson now. A really big set of regulars, which is just really, really awesome, where they attend regularly. And, like I said, whether you're new or you're returning, always glad to see you, and you're always welcome to come out and learn with us again. So thanks, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.